Excuse me, do you know what the time is?
Do you see the sun shining brightly at us at a 45-degree angle from the equatorial line? That probably means it's 3 o'clock.
Huh? In the age of the mobile phone, nobody tells time like this. So why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank? Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
In a few moments, the news.
Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
It's 6:45 a.m. This is a news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, edited by Lal Mallavarachi, read by Soundi Thavam. The President instructs officials to celebrate the 75th Independence Day in a dignified manner. A housing project of 2,000 houses has been planned in line with the 75th Independence Day celebrations. The police have been instructed to prevent using children for demonstrations. Fuel will be supplied to farmers without any shortage during the Maha season. Eric Solheim has been appointed the President's advisor. The Welfare Benefit Fast Track program has so far received 2.3 million applications. In foreign news, the US President says that Vladimir Putin has badly miscalculated his ability to invade Ukraine. And in sports cricket, the semi-final of the Women's Asia Cup between Sri Lanka and Pakistan will be played in Sylhet today. President Ranil Wickremesinghe instructed officials to celebrate the 75th Independence Day in a dignified manner that reflects national and religious unity. The President's media division said that steps have been taken to celebrate the 75th Independence Day celebrations on the 4th of February 2023 at the Golface Green with all pomp and pageantry under the theme, Let's Stand Together. A discussion on the organization of the 75th Independence Day commemoration was held under the chairmanship of President Ranil Wickremesinghe at the President's office yesterday. Numerous events and programs have been organized in concurrence with the Independence Day commemoration, and a special cycle race, school tournament, historical and rare book exhibition are among the main features planned. In addition, a housing project of 2,000 houses has been planned in Colombo and the Gampaha districts. On the 4th and 5th of February, all national parks will be open to the public free of charge, and a commemorative stamp will be issued in line with the 75th Independence Day celebrations. Meanwhile, President Wickremesinghe has said that using children as shields in demonstrations is a serious offence according to the law of the country. Accordingly, he has advised the police to take immediate measures to prevent the perpetuation of such conduct. The Minister of Agriculture, Mahinda Amaravira, said that the President has instructed the district secretaries to provide fuel facilities to the farmers without any shortage during the Maha season. A special officer at the Petroleum Corporation has also been appointed to coordinate this program. The Minister revealed this information at a meeting with the representatives of the farmer societies held at the Ministry yesterday. Sri Lanka will receive 12,000 metric tons of urea fertilizer for the Maha season within the next few weeks, the Minister said. A stock of urea will be priced at 10,000 rupees. He also said that another tender has been called to import urea. Procurement is completed regarding imported fertilizer. The Minister noted that farmers who cultivate crops other than paddy will also be given fertilizer as well. The Agriculture Department recommends to use 30% organic fertilizer and 70% chemical fertilizer when cultivating in the coming Maha season. Meanwhile, the Ministry's Secretary, Rohana Pushpakumara, said the farmers who use organic fertilizer for cultivation in this season will be given an allowance of 20,000 rupees per hectare. You're listening to the news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
Norwegian diplomat Erik Solheim has been appointed by President Ranil Wickremesinghe as his international climate advisor. Solheim met President Wickremesinghe in Colombo last Tuesday. He says that the president has a great vision for green economic recovery and for Sri Lankan climate leadership. Proud to be appointed his international climate advisor, Solheim also met the Minister of Environment Ahmed Nasir at the ministry yesterday. Former Ambassador to Russia, Udayanga Veeratunga, says that Sri Lanka has launched tourism promotion initiatives with Russia and Ukraine under the government's program to uplift the tourism industry. The minister said that Russia and Ukraine are among the top 10 countries with the highest number of tourist arrivals in recent times. During the pandemic, Sri Lanka implemented a project with Ukraine and Kazakhstan to bring tourists to Sri Lanka. Accordingly, 24,320 tourists have arrived in the country in the recent past. Attention has been paid to develop cooperation between universities in Sri Lanka and Russia. The Russian government has expressed willingness to increase higher education opportunities and the number of scholarships for the local youth. The Ministry of Education said those details were discussed when Minister Susil Premajanta met the Russian Higher Education Minister Valery Volkov in Russia. With that, we conclude local news.
Nobody tells time like this. So why do you still pay with cash when you have People's Pay mobile app from People's Bank? Scan the Lanka QR code and make your payments with People's Pay mobile payment app from People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Welfare Benefit Fast Track Program, Leave No One Behind, targeting low-income families, has so far received 2.3 million applications, according to the Welfare Benefit Board. The applications are being promptly entered into the system through the Welfare Benefit Information Units established in 341 divisional secretariats throughout the country, and 624,714 applications have been entered into the system so far. It is expected that the 600,000 families that have been downgraded to the low-income category, as reported by the United Nations Development Programme, are also eligible to apply for this programme. This is in addition to the 3.3 million families that are currently receiving welfare benefits or those who are already on the waiting list. The Welfare Benefit Board says that the programme would be implemented under 6 phases, and the next step is to collect data through a door-to-door campaign, and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
On to Watchlight, the Deputy Director of Health Services, Dr. Hemant Herat, says the number of reported diagnosed COVID-19 cases has gone down, but the virus has not come to an elimination stage. People have undergone the COVID-19 16 million primary immunizations completed, the 14 million second immunization processes, and 8 million third immunization. The number of cases reported daily has declined, but it could increase. Therefore, people should adhere to health guidelines, and that came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
We give you the strength to rise higher and higher.
Never step back, but always march forward.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Making headlines this morning, the US President says that Vladimir Putin has badly miscalculated his ability to invade Ukraine. NASA's DART spacecraft changed path of asteroid, and at least 33 killed in Nepal flooding and landslides. Russia's deadly strikes on civilian targets continued Wednesday as Moscow announced it arrested 8 people in connection with the massive explosion that damaged the only bridge between annexed Crimea and Russian mainland on Saturday, according to the state media. NATO defense ministers meeting in Brussels Wednesday will focus on how to provide Ukraine with more air defense systems, according to sources, as the Kremlin continues to slam the alliance's relationship with Kyiv. US President Joe Biden said in an exclusive CNN interview he believed Russian President Vladimir Putin is a rational actor who badly miscalculated his ability to invade Ukraine. The American Space Agency says its recent attempt to deflect the path of an asteroid was successful. Scientists have now confirmed the orbit of a 160-meter-wide, 520-foot space rock known as Dimorphos was altered when the DART probe struck it head last month. Researchers came to the conclusion after making measurements using a range of space and Earth-based telescopes. The mission was conceived to test a potential strategy to defend the Earth against threatening objects. At least 33 people have died in floods and landslides across western Nepal in the past week, local media reported. The worst of the monsoon rains hit Karnali province in the northwest, where thousands of residents were evacuated, officials said. Hundreds of homes have been damaged in the avalanches and flooding. At least 22 people are still missing across the province, and scores have more injuries. Back to the headlines of the world news. The US president says that Vladimir Putin has badly miscalculated his ability to invade Ukraine. NASA's DART spacecraft changed path of asteroid, and at least 33 killed in Nepal flooding and landslides. With that, we conclude this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
Amidst all challenges, we will rally around you and advance!
In the face of hardships, let's stand strong together.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
On to development news, a total of 10 megawatts of ground-mount solar universe solar power plant in Vavanathivu Batiklo was opened recently. Energy Minister Kanchana Wijesekara said that this is the first agri-voltaic solar power plant in the country. It will add 20 gigawatts annually to the national grid and came to you in development news.
Sports News is brought to you by...
With many values that bind us beyond the transaction, we are Sampath Bank. We present your future.
The second semi-final of the Women's Asia Cup between Sri Lanka and Pakistan will be played in Sylhet, Bangladesh today. The match will begin at 1 p.m. local time. Meanwhile, a warm-up match of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup between Sri Lanka and Ireland will be played in Melbourne today. The match will start at 9:30 Australia time and came to you in sports news. We look at business news next.
A special interest rate of 15% on savings certificates opened in October. Prarthana for children, Prarthana Plus for adults. NSB Prarthana, your dreams realized.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka's main index slipped over 3.5% within the first hour of trade on Tuesday, dragged down by index-heavy shares Expo Lanka, LOLC and LIOC. The main all-share price index, ASPI, fell 3.55% or 321.41 points to 8,728.11 at 1100 hours. The market generated a turnover of 1.9 billion rupees. That's business news, economic news up next.
Business News, sponsored by...
When I grow up, I'll fly to the moon somehow.
Envision your future now. NSB Prarthana will show you the path to your dreams. This Thrift Month, open a savings certificate. It's a long-term investment on your future with great returns. A special interest rate of 15% on savings certificates opened in October. Prarthana for children, Prarthana Plus for adults. NSB Prarthana, your dreams realized.
Economic News, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Inland Revenue Amendment Draft Bill has been published in the Gazette by the government printer. The Gazette has been issued by the Minister of Finance, Economic Stabilization and National Policies to amend the Inland Revenue Act number 24 of 2017. Accordingly, if passed in Parliament, the proposed bill will revise a number of levies and will also further empower the Inland Revenue Department as the primary agent for collecting taxes and dealing with issues arising with taxes on behalf of the government and came to you in economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
On to the weather report. The Met Department says that cloudy skies are expected in most parts of the island due to the low-level atmospheric disturbance in the vicinity of Sri Lanka. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the western, southern, northwestern, central, Sabaragamuwa and eastern provinces. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the western, central, northwestern and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in the Galle and Matara district. Showers or thundershowers will occur elsewhere over the island during the afternoon or night. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected in some places. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The President instructs officials to celebrate the 75th Independence Day in a dignified manner. A housing project of 2,000 houses has been planned in line with the 75th Independence Day celebrations. The police have been instructed to prevent using children for demonstrations. Fuel will be supplied to farmers without any shortage during the Maha season. Eric Solheim has been appointed as the President's advisor. The Welfare Benefit Fast Track program has so far received 2.3 million applications. The US President says that Vladimir Putin has badly miscalculated his ability to invade Ukraine. And the semi-final of the Women's Asia Cup between Sri Lanka and Pakistan will be played in Sylhet today. With that, we conclude this morning's news broadcast, and now we expect your hostess, Geethanjali Ramanayaka, to brighten and spice up your Thursday morning. Back to you, Geethanjali.